You board the plane, find your seat, and think everything is going to be fine. But think again. There are unwritten rules in the world of aviation, behaviors that can turn your dream flight into a nightmare for the crew. And believe me, those flight attendants who are always smiling, they're hiding a lot. Today, I'm going to reveal the secrets that the crew will never tell you to your face. Those seemingly innocent little habits that drive them literally crazy. Stay tuned, because I'm also going to reveal the 3 dirtiest places on the plane, and it's not what you think. The first behavior that annoys them: rushing to the bathroom during boarding. Think you're being clever? Think again. Boarding is timed to the millisecond. Every minute of delay is calculated, evaluated, and guess who gets blamed? The crew. When you block the line for your natural needs, you create a domino effect. The passengers behind you get impatient, the crew loses count of the seats occupied, and the plane is delayed. Not to mention that the toilets are being cleaned during boarding. You are literally disturbing someone at work. Second fatal mistake: turning the plane into a moving sail. You know, those passengers who board with a carry-on bag, 2 backpacks, a neck pillow the size of a bed pillow, and 3 duty-free bags that bounce around everywhere. The worst part? They store their belongings in every available compartment, regardless of whether it's their row or not. The result? Other passengers fight for space, and the crew turns into human Tetris to fit all the mess in. The rule is simple: 1 carry-on bag, 1 personal item. Period. Third nightmare: olfactory attacks. Imagine being locked in an airtight tube with 150 people, and someone decides to open their tuna sandwich or take off their shoes after a day of walking. The air is recycled, sure, but the smells linger. Strong perfumes, spicy food, feet that smell like a failed hike. Everyone gets to enjoy it. The flight attendants are trained to remain polite, but inside, they're suffocating just as much as you are. Fourth irritation: playing deaf. You're in your own little world, headphones on, watching an exciting movie, and then a hand waves in front of your face. It's the flight attendant trying to ask you what you'd like to drink. Of course, you have the right to watch your movie, but a minimum of presence makes all the difference. Take off 1 earpiece, make eye contact, show that you're human. It's respectful, efficient, and avoids back and forth trips. Fifth problem: musical chairs in mid-flight. You spot an empty row, you can already see your legs stretching out, and you ask to change seats. Bad idea. In flight, every seat change creates chaos. Weight distribution is calculated, emergency protocols are linked to cabin layouts, and your little move can delay service, throw off the numbers, and cause general confusion. Want more space? Pay for an upgrade or pray that the ground agent is generous. Sixth dangerous behavior: ignoring the seat belt sign. The sign comes on, there's a bit of turbulence, and someone decides it's the perfect time to go look for something in the overhead compartment. Spoiler alert: even flight attendants buckle up during turbulence. If they stay seated, you should too. Getting up during turbulence means risking falling, injuring someone, or worse, getting hit by the service cart. Unless it's an absolute emergency, stay seated and stay alive. Seventh annoyance: turning the call button into a game show. You're thirsty, you want a blanket, no problem. But pressing that button every 5 minutes for extra snacks, updates on your connection, or existential questions about the weather. That's the best way to get ignored. Flight attendants know who's abusing the system. They're not being mean, they're prioritizing real needs. Eighth frustrating situation: asking for the menu while holding the menu. You've had an hour and a half to read the menu. You've flipped through it 3 times, and when the cart arrives, you ask, "So, what do you have?" It's not a crime, but it's frustrating. The crew has a tight schedule and every minute counts. Be ready, choose your drink and meal, and if you're still unsure, just say, "Surprise me, I trust you." Disgusting habit number 9: treating trash like it's invisible. The trash bag comes around, that's your cue, but instead of giving them your trash, you stuff your used napkin into the seat pocket like a raccoon hiding its food. No, no, and no. Seat pockets are not trash cans. They're shared spaces. Give your trash away, keep your tissues until they're collected, and above all, don't hold out your trash during drink service. 10th no-no: ignoring the safety demonstration. The demo starts, you pull out your headphones, scroll through Instagram, and tune out completely. Totally normal, right? But if something goes wrong, that information could save your life. Even frequent travelers can forget which exit is closest or how to use a life jacket. Listening costs nothing and shows respect for the crew. 11th red line. Touching the crew to get their attention. Tapping someone on the shoulder is okay. But grabbing their waist, leg, or ankle? Absolutely not. You wouldn't do that to a waiter in a restaurant, so don't do it at 30,000 feet. Use your voice, the call button, signal politely, but keep your hands to yourself. 12th unacceptable behavior. Filming the crew without permission. You've seen a viral video of someone filming a flight attendant in the middle of a conflict. It went viral, and now you're thinking, maybe I should film this interaction. Please don't. Filming the crew without consent is intrusive, raises tension, distracts from safety tasks, and never solves anything. If you have a problem, report it after the flight. Mistake number 13. Hanging out in the galley. You stretch your legs, wander back, start hanging around the galley, chatting, leaning on things, checking your phone. Seems innocent, but it's not. This space is the crew's only workplace. They prepare drinks, manage meals, and deal with medical emergencies. You wouldn't hang out in a restaurant kitchen, so don't hang out in the airplane kitchen. 14th denial. Pretending not to hear announcements. The plane is descending. The announcement says, backs in, tray tables up, and yours remains tilted. You pretend to be asleep, busy, or don't understand. They know you know. Just put your seat back up. This is for safety, not a debate about crash physics. 15th and final point. Leaving a battlefield. The flight ends, you gather your belongings and leave. But you leave behind a mess of crumbs, crumpled tissues, empty wrappers, and that ginger ale stick still rolling around on the tray table. Flight attendants don't disappear after landing. They have to turn the plane around quickly, sometimes in as little as 30 minutes. Help them out. Take your trash with you, clean up your space, and act like your mother is checking your seat before you leave. But wait, there's more. Here are 3 secrets the crew will never tell you. Secret number 1. Window seats are freezing. The outside air can drop to below 60 degrees, and that cold comes right through the walls of the plane. Window seats get the worst of it, especially in the summer when you're dressed lightly. Solution: layer your clothes or ask for a blanket. Shocking secret number 2. Avoid hot drinks. Coffee, tea? You might want to skip those. The water used to make them comes from tanks that are rarely cleaned properly. Studies have found E. coli and staphylococcus bacteria in this water. Some flight attendants refuse to drink it themselves. If they avoid it, you might want to do the same. Third and final secret. The dirtiest places on the plane are not the toilets. They are the seat trays and seat pockets. These pockets are filled with trash from previous passengers, used tissues, wrappers, random objects. And the trays? Flight attendants say that people literally change diapers on them. So bring disinfectant wipes, keep your belongings in your bag, and never put food directly on the tray. There you have it. Now you know the secrets the crew will never tell you. Flying doesn't have to be stressful. A little courtesy goes a long way for the crew, your neighbors, and your own peace of mind. Travel smart, stay zen, and maybe save that tuna sandwich for the airport.